We're live. We're live. I am running late, so I have to do all of the things while waiting for everyone to come in here. We'll see if there's people who want to join me today. So I am going to try to set up sharing my screen. And if anyone can let me know they can hear me, see me, and all of that kind of stuff, that would be good. And then I'll tell you all about why I'm running so late. So let's see, share screen. So I'll share screen. That's good. I have that going. So back to me. And then I'll try to ping people in different Discords to tell them that I am doing a live and that we are going to celebrate today. Okay. Where is my view on YouTube link? Oh, and then I'll try. And there we can hear myself. Say hi in the chat. I'm gonna add that as a banner. Okay, and then I'm going to ping people in different Discords that I'm a part of to see if anybody wants to join me. Celebration and some coding live. Random. Let's see. Just gonna copy that and add it to some other places. And maybe even here. And I promote indie hackers. 10 years as an indie hacker, celebrating 10 years as an indie hacker and some live coding. Live coding. Okay. Is that there's 2 people watching. If you want to let me know where you're watching from, that would be fun. If it's all Europeans, if there's some, I guess it's late night in the States, isn't it? And if I remember correctly from Twitter, it was Thanksgiving yesterday. We don't celebrate that in Norway, so I'm not totally fully in on that. And then I'm going to get out my celebratory cinnamon bun that I bought on the way. Check it out. I even have some lights. Oh, sorry about that sound. I even bought myself some lights, so let's fix that for the stream. Hello. There it is. Nice to see you. See, I'm gonna try to put this. So let's say 10. And I need some. Oh, we need a 0, and then I need a plate, and I need something to light these up with. Okay. So for people just joining, today is a POW stream. It's a stream where I work, where I code on POW, my privacy first menstrual cycle journal. But today is also coincidentally the 10th anniversary of me being an independent consultant and indie hacker. So I thought I can't let that, slip. Oh, things are falling down here on the cake or cinnamon bun, I mean. So I needed to celebrate a little bit because, you got to celebrate yourself, especially here on the internet and especially in these times. So this morning I started coding on, something where I said, okay, I'm not supposed to code anything else but POW on the stream. But then this morning I woke up early and I decided to code a little celebratory code sandbox for myself. So let's see if I can find that and then open it up for you. I'm really enjoying code sandbox these days because you can just fire up things and get it going without all that tooling. I mean, stuff has happened the last 10 years. So this morning I started making this, and then I realized, oh my God, I have to put that online. Oh, there's people coming by. So I decided, I got to put this online, and I should put it on my own domain because I've learned you should always send people to your own domain. So then I had to create a page in my very much neglected personal site. Let's have a look at it. You can see here, it says that my goal is to celebrate International Women's Day, March 8, 2020, with the robust version 1 of POW. And I did do that, haven't updated the site, but I added this page this morning. So all of this made me very late in sending Lillian off to kindergarten, or taking her to kindergarten. So we came down to the kindergarten and they had left for a walk. So we had to find them. Luckily, I had a scooter. Don't tell anyone, but I scooter with my 5-year-old. And then we had to find the people. And then I had to grab that cinnamon bun that I'm working on right now to celebrate. And all of that to say that I was very late for this stream, so I didn't get everything organized in advance. But I'm hoping Ola will give me a coffee soonish. And then also I'll leave you here to, we can open up the view. Let's see. Open a new window. So you can also click on it and there will be more confetti coming. I am going to grab a lighter so that I can light up my 10-year candle. And I hope you'll celebrate with me, and then we'll start doing some coding on POW, because, if you follow me on Twitter, I've said it before and I say it again because I keep having to remind myself, focus. I need to focus on POW, but I also need to do fun stuff every now and then. So enjoy my fun stuff. I am going to grab my lighter and then we will celebrate. Okay, lighting up my candles. Let's see. Ooh, but not. No, it's not gonna be. Ooh. Okay. Ooh, don't fall down. Don't fall down. Ooh, it's falling down. Ooh. So, is it correct? 10. Yay! Woo! 10 years of being my own boss. Or freedom and fun, as I like to call it. Okay, I'm gonna eat this and we're gonna start coding. Oh my God, I got lighting. Okay. And thank you for everybody congratulating me in the chat. Let's clean this up. And I will get some coffee soon and all will be all right. Okay. Okay. 10 years. Time flies. If anybody has any questions about these 10 years, you can put them in the chat and I can answer them while stuff is building or we're waiting for other fun things in our POW project. And then So the Flying Dad says it should be a huge cake. It should. And the funny thing is that I usually eat cinnamon buns on Fridays because that's my POW day. I deliver the intern to kindergarten, and then I pop by a place called Kaffelykke, which means coffee happiness, and they have the best cinnamon buns, and I usually buy it. So not such a difference, but the candles were different. And then tonight I hope to celebrate with you and some other people online. And then on Sunday, there will also be some celebrations because I have decided to take part in Gatsby Silly Site Challenge.
Yay!
Hey! And Ula, do you want to show yourself?
Hello!
You have to move, see. It's on top of you, the tenure. Other way.
Hello!
And I have recruited Ula here, the junior dev, and also the intern to be a part of my Gatsby Silly Site challenge. So I will reveal what all that is about on Sunday, and I'm hoping more people can join the stream because on Sundays, I guess people aren't working like on a Friday when people are working. And I'll do that every Sunday until the deadline, which is December 31st. And we'll build it from scratch. Or from scratch, I'll use Gatsby, of course, but you will see the whole process. With POW, it's a little hard, I guess, for a lot of people to follow along because it's a complicated project and I'm, far into it. But with the Sunday streams, I think it will be fun for anyone who wants to learn more about building sites in Gatsby or just building sites in general. So hopefully I'll see you there. Okay. So I'll get the coffee, and because I can't start coding without the coffee. So Ula is hurrying along. And then we'll start on POW. Okay. A little eating break. I guess it must be fun joining the stream right now where I'm like eating and not saying anything, but I'm celebrating. Okay. It's a good day. It is a good day. So what are we going to do on today's stream beside... Hello, Monica! Thank you for the nice comment on Twitter about my huge milestone. And also, I'm very much looking forward to following you over the next 10 years. Okay, back to it. For POW today, so for a long time, I do have some tests around the most important business logic, but I haven't made kind of good test cases for the UI. And now that I'm going to create more complex UI in the future, I'm hoping to make visualizing people's cycles in ways that make sense to them. And then I also want to make notifications, so in a private, privacy-friendly way. But both of these things need me to have a better kind of test system. And hopefully also, if I can get some good test data, I can create kind of a demo version of the site so people can have a look and play with the demo before signing up. I think that would be better than a trial phase because having people signing up and just sticking in the trial, there's a lot of things with that, which is complex when you're only a sole person making a project. So I want to make a demo so they can go in and check out the demo. And then also I could use that demo data as test data to see if the stuff that I'm making makes sense in different scenarios visually, as well as the business logic side of things. So today I'm going to try and figure out how to do that in a good way, because if I do kind of a test data set with specific dates, then I will have to keep updating, because I mean it's a ongoing thing, our cycles. So every time I log in, I kind of want it to be some like current data, and then the entries being backfilled. So I have an idea that instead of doing kind of like static demo data where it's like on this date, like November 20th, 2020, this happened in my demo data, I'll just add day. So, and then I'll add that as if I do day kind of like 8 days ago, so that all my dummy data is always from today and then going backwards, and then it will always look the same no matter what day I open the site or the people demoing the site opens it, if that makes sense. So I don't really know how to kind of do this. I know how to make like the JSON kind of object or whatever, where all this data, all this dummy data is added, but how can I get it into my application in a way that makes sense as a demo? And I'm using Redux Toolkit, and I'm hoping that will help me out a little bit, because then I could just kind of have some kind of flag, like demo flag. If the demo flag is added, then instead of fetching entries from the back end, I could fetch entries from this JSON file or something like that. So that's what we're going to start trying to do today. I don't think we're going to get that far, and I am still waiting for my coffee. And Ula got his mom is visiting, came on a surprise visiting. So that's surprise visit. That's why there is quite a lot of noise in the background right now. And we'll see. They're going to go for a walk, and I can do some more coding. I got my coffee. And then so Monica, yeah, in 10 years you'll be 40. In 2 years I'll be 40. So you know, there's lots and lots of years there to do lots and lots of fun stuff. And then there's another comment here that says 10 years is a long time. And I'm realizing that, yes, it is. And I need to do some trips down memory lane in my newsletter or on my blog or something like that. Monica, who commented, has inspired me to start blogging again. So there might be some trips down memory lane. But as I said in as I said in my blog post here, this would have been a very good day to release a big 10-day retrospective. But 10-year retrospective, but I'm not really that good at these profound blog posts. So we'll see what comes in 2021 when I'll try to do some more blogging again. So absolutely. And I'm trying to get him more on the stream because he is a junior coder and he will be helping out with the Silly Side Challenge. So we'll see if Ola actually comes and does any work on screen. Oh, well. Okay. Should we start coding? It's only like 40 minutes left. So we'll try to do some coding, and then I'm going to have lunch after that. So with Redux Toolkit, how can we bypass and get data loaded from somewhere else where you don't have to be logged in? We'll see how that goes. And I'm thinking, how should we activate demo? There should be like a button that the user can click so that it says demo, and then they'll get to open my usepow.app in dem. Oh, instead of my usepow.app, we could have demo usepow.app, and then I could have it as an environment variable that says demo, and then I don't have to kind of have a UI flag for it. That would be good. That would be a good way to do it. See, it's good talking things through with y'all. So let's see how we could do that. I'm gonna click away. Oh, I don't want to click away my 10 years. Woohoo! Sparkly confetti. I mean, everyone needs more whimsy and celebrations in their life. So I had this great idea where I'm going to package this up and make it easy to have celebratory stuff happening on your blog. But first, POW coding, because, you know, POW, main priority, Benedicta, main priority. So as we usually do. 2021, year of the blog. True that, true that. And being in your community, I guess I'm going to get some accountability, won't I? So, first off, let's make a banner about what we are working on. So, working on a demo version of POW. And then I usually let people, hide. I usually let people know that they can chime in because I really enjoy people chiming in. Like backseat coding, totally okay. Okay. And then we'll do what we always kind of do, and that is making the GitHub issue if it's not already there. So I've started adding these user request flags to things that are coming in through support or people that are asking for them, actual customer asking for them, not like people who has never signed up, because I try to listen mostly to the people who have actually paid to use POW. And we'll have a go here, and I'm going to open up comments over here so I can see your comments if they come in. And let's search for demo to see if, yes, so there I have a question. Let's use our demo without signing up. So this was an idea I had on March 12th. Always good to add issues as soon as you have ideas so that they, you get them out of your brain and actually remember them later on, hopefully. So, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so I wrote some notes myself. So let's do this then. So we're going to make the demo branch. And as I usually do, I add the issue number at the end. So if I fail to come back to this project for a while, I have that kind of connection to my issue and I can see what I'm thinking. So I'm also going to add a note to this issue that the thing that I was saying earlier when I was thinking out loud, that this should be kind of on its own separate demo build. And we're going to use environment. And whenever I say environment, I just think about like the environment, like the woods and the sun and, environmental crisis. So I'm just going to say env variables because that's what I think about them as. So yes, let's see. Yes, use env variable to indicate demo. So use env variable to indicate demo. Load data from dummy.json or demo.json instead of pass 3. I don't know. I think that's about it. That's what's needed. Oh, let's deploy it to demo. Use pow.app instead of my use pow.app. Yeah, I think that's a good plan. It's a good plan. And Droy is chiming in. Yes, 69 subscribers on YouTube. And I am closing in on 2,000 followers, I guess, on Twitter. And we're on almost 50 customers for POW. Got a new one this morning. So all these milestones, I mean, confetti. There will be so much confetti in my in my life going forward. And also, I just have to say, I showed the celebratory website to Lillian, the intern, this morning, and she said, "Oh, it's just like the party cannon for Pinkie Pie, one of the My Little Pony unicorns, I think." And then she said, "But hers says kabam." So, you know, I'm gonna record her saying that and then add that to the page.
Wow.
Okay. Are you leaving?
Har du vann? Ja. Jeg håper du fikk med det på strømmen. Har jeg den?
I didn't want to have any PTA, is that what it's called? P whatever on the stream, but maybe I'll, you know, let him next time. Okay, so this will be our plan. So that's a good plan. So let's start by trying to load, let's do this, and variable to indicate demo, and then load data from demo.json instead of Bass. Oh, why I was looking over here. Okay, so I have some kind of constant, I'm not super happy with how I'm doing this, but I have like a constant thing happening over here. So let's do export. There are things happening around my, are you done? Are you done?
Nei.
No.
Vi går nå, snart. Jeg må vise meg. Se her.
So if you join me for the Sunday stream, there will be a lot more family stuff happening because the intern will be home, Ola will be home, and we'll just like wing it. So let's say is demo. Let's do is demo. So the thing I'm thinking though, there is the production, then there's the test. Should I override that? No, I shouldn't. So demo. Or let's do data. So where should the data come from? Data source. That would be better because that's kind of, yeah. And data source. And it should be kind of, it should be two types. So it should be const data sources. Sorry. Oh, I'm all confused. Okay, now they've left. I can start thinking again. So we'll have demo. And we'll have user base. And if it's not set, because now when it's not set, I want it to be user base. So we're going to do. And I was at the client again yesterday using the Windows machine. So where is my pipe today? Seriously? Where's my pipe? Is it usually over here, though? I mean, I need to get this keyboard thing sorted out. I can't. Oh, look here. I'll just copy paste. Cool. And then we'll use this variable, I guess, in. So in auth, we should then, on initializing and logging in and stuff, we should just return a dummy or not do anything, and then return the dummy user, I guess. So let's look at our slice. We have this init where we init user base, and we send back a user. And then we also have an update user handler. So I don't know if you want to demo all of that, if kind of changing profile data, maybe it should just be nothing will happen. But it could be interesting to kind of mock those two for the demo. I'll see how much I'll do, but at least this init should not happen if the data source is demo. So let's get data source from constants. And then we also want to get the data sources so we can match it. So if data source does not equal data source user base, then it should just return, and we'll make a user object. And I think it's username. Oh, things are slowing down. Do I still have that confetti going? Database is my arch enemy. Yeah, but if you want to make something for people, they usually want their data saved somewhere. You could save it all in local storage, but local storage is also almost like a database these days. I need some more cinnamon bun. So let's call the person demo. And again, we are having okay, nothing. My computer is totally crashing. Let me close some stuff. Why is iTunes? Why is Zoom on? I don't need text expander right now. I don't need Notion. Let's see if this wants to. Yep, it's responsive again. Oh, I have it. equals. Okay, so we'll just bypass this whole thing. And then we'll the whole auth. Let's do the same thing. Make a demo user. And I should probably restructure all of this when I'm done, but usually I like to get that new functionality in there, get a feel for what I'm actually trying to do, and then after I've done that, I might restructure the whole thing. Okay. And all of these just call this auth function. And then the only thing we have now is the update. And I'm seeing I could probably just like create function that says bypass export const bypass with demo. That does that. No, because then it won't actually return, because then we'll keep on going. Well, let's skip this. Let's make it explicit. Okay. So now, if I do this, we will get an error because after a user is set, it will try to load the entries from UserBase. So that should give us an error if I manage to set this data source properly. So let's go down here to our package.json and fix those scripts that we run. So we see develop, Gatsby clean, Gatsby develop. And what we want to do now is that we want to do, or I can do that. The problem, no, let's make a demo script. Oh, was there kanelsnurr? Was there kanelsnurr? Yes. And it's still here because as I'm learning, eating on stream is not such a good idea. And there was light and there was candles, and I got, you know, stearine on my candle wax on my hand and all kinds of fun stuff because I was running late because I decided to make a confetti happiness site for myself this morning. So when we came to the kindergarten, I told this at the beginning, the kindergarten wasn't there because they were out on a trip. So we had to find them and all kinds of shenanigans this morning. But now we are creating a demo. Now we're making it possible to run POW in kind of a demo mode so that I can use that for testing purposes and people can have a look at POW before buying. So let's do demo. And it's pretty much Gatsby develop. And I'm not really good at these scripts. If somebody, you know, I don't know if Monica is still here. She probably knows these things. But I am supposed to be able to do npm run develop. And then if I'm going to add an end variable, usually, I mean, you just add them. But when you have a script and you pass them through, I think I need to do this as underneath. I'm not completely sure. But we called it data source. And we want it to be demo. Let's see if that, and what I, you know, there are things I probably should learn, but at this time of my life, I just kind of YOLO a little bit. So we'll do console, log, and then we'll do process and to see everything. And if you add little curly brackets around them, it will be printed as an object, which is pretty nice. And now everything is slowing down again. Oh, because this isn't a, let's see. Okay, so let's try yarn demo. Save. Let's see what we're getting here. Oh, but now I can eat some kanelbolle while it's all building. Building, 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 building. The good thing about being on stream is that I'm not opening Twitter right now because that's what I do when I'm not being my focused self. And then suddenly, you know, it's 20 minutes later and the build had finished, but I never noticed. But since it is my 10th anniversary, I can be all wise. I've had times where I've been super good at being like hyper focused and organized and everything on schedule. And I get a lot more done, but I also notice that kind of my happiness level drops a little bit. So it's good to find that balance between kind of taking a little bit as it comes and chasing fun projects like making a confetti page with actually working on the stuff that is more long term and where you want to make money. You know, if you go all the way. I see people on Twitter, they're so focused, they kind of leave everything else behind, and they get kind of sad. There's not much happiness always on Twitter. So, okay, there's now cinnamon bun sugar messing up my mouse. Okay, let's see if we can make this work. So this should actually crash at some point because there is no... so it seems like, because I am giving back. Yep. All this. So this is the new login screen that we made last time. And there's obviously an error with that, so I need to fix that. But there is nothing happening in this constant. I'm just talking too much. That's why. So I love, oh, the Kanelsnode is still on the screen. So yeah, if I was into this funny thing, I'm really enjoying hanging out with everyone in the Snooty Discord where they're game developers, but I am not a gamer. But I might have to do some small games with the intern with confetti cannons and stuff like that. So we'll see. Okay. So there's no n variables and variable, which I find kind of strange because, I mean, there are. Let's do it like this then. See if we can get any. What is up? Let's try to log in. So it's getting stuff back from UserBase. So this is not working. What is happening? Oh, I guess these are just for build, right? This is just for build. I have to preface with Gatsby to get them into the Gatsby site. Hello. Hello. So we'll do Gatsby. Like these up here. So Gatsby data source. Data source is UserBase, correct. And then we'll need to update the package. And then I'm guessing I'll have to restart everything. Well, that ain't working. I didn't save. So for the people who are not that into client-side, server-side JavaScript, to get, this is the same with React, the React Starter kind of project, and also with Gatsby, and I'm probably guessing with Next as well. If you want to get any of your end variables all the way into the front end so that they are accessible in the browser, you have to preface them. And I guess it's a security thing because we don't want, you know, all our process I can't talk, all our end variables in our front end, because often they are secrets, like secrets, API secrets, or other types of secrets. So we'll see how that works out. But it's still saying env while it's building. Envs are empty, but I do get these things are coming in. I mean, the app ID is coming in, and it should have been shown. So I haven't been messing around with this code since March. So this is going to be fun on Sunday, where I start a brand new Gatsby project. We'll see how much I've forgotten about the actual, like, you know, the Gatsby-esque, Gatsby-esque-ness of it. So still empty. If somebody has any ideas of what I'm doing wrong. I know. I am mute because it's sourcing it from my .env .development file, because I have set Gatsby up to you. I think it sets it up itself. So I think that's maybe override, but there's nothing. It's empty. Is that because I'm trying to do this demo thing? So I haven't set the if it's production or test, because if I do, let's do yarn develop and see if it sets. That's the n variables from the development file. Oh. Snooty is asking, what are you doing on Sunday? On Sunday, I have decided, even though I shouldn't, because I should focus, but I have decided to be a part of the silly site challenge by Gatsby. So this is the silly site Gatsby. Need a break? Yes. Well, I don't really, but I want to learn something new. Yeah, I think I might do try to do some SVG animations where I've never done that before. I'm going to get Lillian to draw, and then we're going to try and animate it and make an app. So it's going to be silly. It's the main focus. And I feel like it's a throwback to like the old internet. Maybe we made just like silly stuff, like a virtual lava lamp. Yes, please. So I'm going to reveal what I'm making on Sunday. And then I'm going to do that over, I guess it's 5 Sundays, because the deadline is December 31st. If anybody wants to learn how to make Gatsby site, they can join me on Sundays going forward. And it's going to be a little bit more fun. It's going to be more visual. We're going to have sounds. We're going to have visuals. It's going to be a simple business logic wise. So it's more suitable if you're not that into JavaScript or creating sites. So maybe something from people from the Snooty Discord might enjoy that, since you're all game devs and you want to make, fun landing pages maybe. So let's see how we're doing. If we are getting any. Why is it opening over here? Let's see if we're getting any env. So I feel this is kind of like the last stream where it's like, oh, we're going to do some simple things, but you don't even know how to get anything in here. Are you kidding me? I mean, it's there because user base is initialized. So it's getting the user. So this is how I choose to celebrate 10 years of being an independent contractor. I can't even get. I mean, on next Friday, I gotta actually produce something so people don't think I'm just like joking when I say I've been coding for as long as I have. Oh my God. I mean, I don't understand what's wrong, because I've done this like a million times. Okay. Are we even running this code? So let's go back to the slice. So probably not running, because if it's not equal to, because we're not getting anything in here. So we're in it, user base, app ID, session length. So here we are usually getting the user base app ID. We're usually getting them in here because we use them. And it's not giving any errors. So But there it is. Oh, you're not supposed to see that. Woo! That is not the live user ID, by the way. So we are getting it. We're just not getting it where I wanted it to be. Okay. So let's see. By 12:30, let's, at least be able to bypass UserbaseJS so I can start getting some demo data in there. I keep forgetting to close these. Okay, so while this is loading, I'm going to answer more questions, just like I said, while things are building. So Snooty again, is she coding yet? She is not. She is on a very strict no screen policy, which I never thought I would do because I'm like all about computers. But she is allowed to build. Like she can build. So behind me now, there's like a mountain of cardboard and other things that we just keep out so she can like build things. So the other day she was like, I'm going to build Sky, one of our toys, a house or a bed. And she grabbed some cardboard. She grabbed her little like drill. We call them bougie. We got her a pink one because, I don't know, I stopped fighting the pinkness. And she started like drilling and making her own bed/house for Sky. So that's kind of what we're doing to encourage kind of the making and stuff like that. And we're hoping to get her like hooked more, or not hooked, but we're going to try and introduce a little bit more like coding related stuff. But right now, as soon as she gets the screen, she wants television. So we're trying to stay her off that. She's only allowed to watch television on Saturdays. So what's up? Let's try again. I guess I have multiple sites open now. This happened last time too. Everything just slows down. I don't think my computer is actually made for streaming and so hopefully I answered your question in my little rant. So it's mostly just to not have to have that fight all like every day. And so far she is doing fairly well. We are saying yes to audiobooks. So she listens to audiobooks and then she does all her making, kind of her non-screen making while she listens to audiobooks. Okay, let's start over. That happens sometimes. I'm going to close this and then we're going to develop it again. And let's see if we like have an end variable in our project or not. Yes, so she was actually allowed to use a game by POW on the weekends, or when, not more like when I needed a babysitter, she was allowed to use, I remember now, she was allowed to use the game, I can't remember what it's called, but it's by a Norwegian company that teaches kids how to read. But it's not as addictive as those like proper games, but she thought it was interesting enough. And I think that's what's jumpstarted her reading. So she reads and writes now without us having, actually, like we encourage it, but we haven't done any teaching. She just really wants to read. And by starting with that game, she learned to read. And they also have a math game. So when she, like in the car, or if we are waiting for too long for something, she gets those two games. That's true. I mean, we're not like, at least I'm not, with most things, I try not to be like, what's it called? Like fundamentalistic. That was a Norwegian word. So we give and take, and sometimes it's television on a Wednesday because something like, something comes up, but most of the time it's television on Saturdays, and we're going to try to stick to that because television is the worst kind of like addiction thing. And then she'll get more screen time, but then it has to be creating and not consuming, which is is what scares me when I look at other kids, is that how much they consume and how little they create. Okay, let's see if we have an end variable here now, or I'm going to give up. I'm going to keep on. I'll probably stay on this stream until about 1-ish if somebody wants to, just because I want to get this done. Yes. See, it was there. Why wasn't it? Okay, I'm not even going to try to figure out why it didn't print in the other place. So it says data source. So what is happening is, so here it says if data source does not equal data source user base, it should return demo users. Just let's check if that actually happens. Yes, I'm console logging all over. Skip user base. I saw this amazing talk by this woman in Budapest when I did my talk, that with an introduction to how to debug using code and the browser in a proper way. And I keep thinking that I should watch that and actually start doing that, but it's just like, it's so easy to just do this. So, so it is user base. Oh, so now it's easier base because we are on development, and let's now do demo and see if that works. Still 4 people here watching me muddle through my own code. I'm so thankful. I really enjoy this, like having, it does help me stay a little bit on task, even though I ramble. I love to talk, so I get to talk and nobody is feeling bad because I talk over them. So I think streaming is great for me. Another tip from, old Benedicta, old and wise, maybe not so wise, is, do more of you. Just figure out, you do you. I think I learned from West Boss actually, but I've learned more and more that, like, find things that, so that it works with your personality or with what makes you happy, instead of trying so hard to change things. Of course, if you bring, an awful person, you should change. But there are some things that might be a little bit annoying to some people, but there are strengths in other ways. So maybe I found that with streaming. I can just talk and nobody gets annoyed. And it's a strength and not a weakness, which it might be in like social situations. Oh, I don't know what I did there. So it keeps popping up over on the small screen. Let's see now. If it doesn't say skip now, I'm just going to give up. No, it says user base. Why does it say user base? Why is that end variable not sent in? Maybe because, so I have to move this out of the way because I have to change my, I'm just going to not move it out of the way. I'm just going to close it. So I have a file with all my end variables. So hopefully if I put it there, it's going to work. But there I have some secrets. So I don't want to put that in there. Gatsby. And then I have to figure out how to make my script decide, because I think now it's based on the variable in this. I have a .end.development file, and I can also make one that's called .end.development.local. And Gatsby uses some kind of package that does this for me. And then when it gets deployed on Netlify, it uses whatever end variables are in the Netlify deploy settings. So let's see if it picks it up now. And I think I have to close this down. And then I probably don't need to do demo because now it will also be in develop. But I thought I was supposed to be able to like add extra ones with inside the script. So I'll try to figure out how I do that, but I'll probably have to Google that, and let's not do that now. Let's just make this work. Lots of talking today because there's building and building and building. If anyone has any other questions, there will be more building time. I quite like this kind of growing old in the industry. I mean, in another 10 years, I can be like grandma of the web in the hacker community. That would be fun. I never had any problems about getting older. I enjoy it. And one day I'll be like super old and I can say and do whatever I want because, old people, they don't know better. Oh. Let's see. See, now it's slowing down again. Jesus Christ. So if anybody wants to buy me a new streaming computer, please do. Or just help me make POW a roaring success and I'll buy it myself. Now I'm looking at myself and not at you guys. Let's see. We're on an hour, so feel free to leave. But I'm going to keep on working for a little bit more. I'm going to see if there are some. Oh, okay. Come on. Build. Build. Build, build, build. Oh, maybe I should eat some cinnamon bun while I have the chance. This is like my breakfast and lunch today. So everybody, thumbs up for the flying dev. He'll win the lottery today. I'm not really. I'm just making a conversation. This computer will have to do for another couple of years, and then I'll get the next generation Apple Macs, I think. Okay. Let's see if we have managed to bypass UserBase by now. What? Oh, sorry, you're not seeing the screen. So it's tiny, but it says still saying UserBase. Let's see if I can zoom it in. No, that was the wrong. Why is it still? So it's saying UserBase here. Because, there's my secrets again. Ooh. I'll roll these around after this stream. They're all just test stuff, but I'll roll those around. Let's see. Gatsby. Let's see. Okay. I have written it wrong, of course, because I've been chatting too much. Let's focus now and not chat. Okay. Data. Gatsby data source. Demo. And I need to save. So it seems like it is actually working now. I'm going to add that back to the screen. And there again, I'm showing my non-secret secrets. I don't even know what I'll do with 15 million invested in POW, but I'm looking forward to it. We could just like have parties. No, I'm just kidding. Do like a tropical coding holiday or something like that. Because it seems the prize is 144 millions. So go for it, Flying Dev. Go for it. Let's see if we are. Yes. Demo. Skip user base. Woohoo! That's what we wanted. That's what we wanted. But nothing is happening because these things are not. So at least we are skipping user base. So now I want handle user changed. Yep. So I think because I am not using the user changed, but init should, so when I do init, it should go init pending, and then it should get init fulfilled, and that should do me a fulfilled reducer. And then select auth user. Okay, so I probably need that user ID because I think I do stuff based on the user ID, not user name. I keep copy pasting with my control because that is what I do on the Windows machine I was working on yesterday. So let's see if we can see in our Redux now if it actually init fulfilled. Yes. And we need user to be set to something. Author. So this should have a user set when the user is sent back. And that probably because I'm not doing, it's an object that should be sent back. So we're kind of mocking now. Hello, keyboard. Let's see what happens now if we're like logged in. App, auth. Yep. And then it starts opening our other databases because I have, I think it is in the, where did I put that? Because in the root element. So in the root element, I dispatch an auth init action. And then when I get, and when the user ID updates or it's first updated, then I dispatch the init settings and the init entries so that it goes off and fetches the entries and the settings from UserBase. So that's what we need to override next is init settings and init entries, because right now they are then giving me rejected. So if you go and look at our databases, setting is now in an error state, database error, user not signed in. And then the same true with the the settings and the entrance. We have user base, no user not signed in. So we have gotten further. We have gotten further. That's good. So Let's save this then. And then I'm going to take you away again for my, I'm going to have to practice this so I don't accidentally, you know, give up my, my secrets. Okay, and I'll close down that and then I'll put you back on. I don't know, is this font big enough today? You have to remind me of things like this because I take it down when I'm not streaming, and then maybe I should take it up again for streaming. Okay, so let's go to our database, slice. And we want to do the same thing here. So the thing is, I might, like later on, I'm going to go and have a look at the Redux toolkit, because I think maybe when I initialize everything, maybe I could just like initialize, if it's demo, I'll just initialize a whole other set of slices or something like this, so I don't have to put in this like skip user base kind of logic all over the place. But for now, I only have 2 databases, and I only have the authentication and the 2 databases, and the 2 databases share common logic. So it's only like 2 places I actually have to do this skip thing. So it's probably going to stay in there for a while. But what I like to do is I do this, and then maybe I'll push that out there, deploy it, and then it kind of like is in the back of my mind. And then a couple of months down the road, I'm like, yes, this is how I should solve it. And then I solve it. Because the thing is, we need to keep shipping. We can't just perfect. Now, we are now doing the same thing here with database. So we do in our slice, I'm going to copy paste this. But an interesting thing here, though, is that that when you open the database, nothing happens. It actually happens on database change. So nothing is returned from database open. So I think I'll need to, somewhere in here, when I skip, I need to dispatch this, but with my data. So let's see if we can make that work already. So if this is happening, and then else. Should probably do if else on auth too, because just doing an if and then returning, and then, you know, I know that nothing below will happen. But I remember when I wasn't that into it, I always were like, but why is this under here happening? Because there wasn't an if else. So I think I should be more explicit and actually use if else, so that it's easier for people to read and actually see that, oh, what's coming underneath this if will not happen because it's inside the else. So that's a little tip there. So for items here, then I just want to do like an empty, and then we still want to do the database name, so it's actually added to the correct database. And I think we'll do 1. So I think it's entry ID. And we could do just a test ID. And then if I remember correctly, it's item, item test item. So if data storage is not, but then we could also just do if equals demo. It's maybe more explicit. Then we do this, and if not, we'll do this. The same thing with empty database. So empty database, I think we'll just do nothing if it's demo. Or I should probably delete them. I could delete them. So if we go here, we don't need all of this. We just need the database. We don't need the database name either. We are not using that in here. So we will put together. Then we'll do the same thing here. We'll put this below together with that. And then we need to do one of these to fake it. And that's when we want an empty array. Then we're deleting it. And then this is when we upsert. Oh, I do lots of fun stuff here. So let's just skip it for now because I'm not going to talk that through. I do some optimistic changing of data, but I won't need to do any of that when there is no backend. Why none of these are returning is that because all with UserBase, you don't get anything back from these update functions or insert functions. What they rely on is this database change. So when we open a database here, we do UserBase open database with a name, and then we have a change handler, and that's when. So when you change something, the change handler then gets all the items, including the one updated, and then you're in charge of updating all your items. So it doesn't kind of give you back that one updated item. It just changes it on the server, and then it calls this change handler that you've hooked up in the open database function. So that's how that works. And I don't think this will show up anywhere in our UI because then I would have had to make proper data, but we'll at least see if this gets us the correct Redux actions. Oh, let's import it. Data sources. And data source, that should work. So let's see now if we're getting. Yeah, so it's fulfilled. Nothing really happens. But we also get these database changed with items. Test. Woohoo! And we also get that for here changed. So what I need to do, I guess, is to here where I have my payload items test. Here I need to figure out. I need to get the. I need to make an kind of a fake database with entries and settings, and then fill that with dummy data or demo data, and then fetch that here and add that to the database changed demo. And then it will be visible in the UI for people. So I think we're going to quit there. Or maybe I can. What happens if I now try to log in? Yep. So great. So now you see demo. We can log out, and there is no settings. So we can fix that later. And Ulla is back from his walk. We are saying goodbye.
Holla! Holla!
So we managed to bypass. So if I go back to not login, I think it will send us straight in. But it says payment unfinished, of course. Check the payment section at the bottom. This is working like I wanted to. We have the username here. I should probably make all of this work with demo. But we made the hard part work. Or not, it wasn't hard, like logically, but hard remembering how to do all these things. So I think that's all for today. There's still 3 people watching. Wow. At least in my view count. So if anybody has any closing questions, this would be the time to do that while I eat some more cinnamon bun. And then it can also be good to go back to the issue. So n variable working needs to move out. And file, so I can set it on and off with my scripts. I'll figure out how to do that. So 2 managed to bypass UserbaseJS need to get some proper data. Need to get some data from a demo JSON file or something. And spelling is not my thing. Or something. Okay. Yeah, so people are saying bye-bye, or in Norwegian, ha det. And we both Snooty and we are Norwegians. But yes, Ola's name is hello in Spanish, as he likes to tell people when he meets them. It's pronounced at last. So sometimes he's like, my name is Ola, or hello in Spanish. Yeah, so flying dev, yes, that is true. But it's spelled without the H. And it's one of the most common Norwegian names. And I think they've been called. How many generations of Olas are there, Ola? How many generations of Olas are there in your family? You're on, so we can do it like this now.
Hello.
See, he says Ola is hello in Portuguese.
Yeah.
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 So how many generations of Olas are there? And you have to look into this camera.
So my father's name is Olavea, just like me. And then as far back as there are written records, that's like the old church books and everything, that's been the name of the boy or boys. Because in the Viking times, it was the first name that was a family name, not the last name like we have now. So, but people used to have many children, you know, and then you never knew who grow up. So you take 2 or 3 of the boys and name them Ola. So it was, you know, the dark Ola or a big Ola or whatever. But it's as far back as the written records. But people who has been doing family research, they say, yeah, we think it's a lot further back. That's very probable. But there is one black sheep here. My own grandfather. He skipped the logic here. You know, he took a step in the wrong direction, but not him. His parents. His parents.
It's like Fubar.
You know what they called him? They didn't call him OLA like me. They called him OLE. Ole. It's not good. Yeah. Yeah, but my father, he was, and me, we were back on track.
Back on track.
Hola.
Unfortunately, though, we're staying with one kid, so we will have no. We are breaking.
Yes,
breaking.
I told Lillian, you know, that I wanted her to be called Ola, and she said, "But I'm a girl," and I said, "Yeah, so," and she was like, "No, Mom said no."
Actually, we were looking into Olaug for the daughter, but I stopped that, luckily.
Olga is very good.
Or Olga. Anyways, that was a good chat about names, and you got to hear from Ola. He will be more on screen. Right, Snooty? And I'll see you Sunday already if some of you want to join in on Sunday. And I think Snooty asked me what time that was. I was going to do 10 to noon Norwegian time. That would be 9 to 11, I think, UK time. It's GMT +1 here in Norway. So I could, you could hang out with me during brunch or breakfast or whatever you're doing on Sunday mornings. And we will create a silly site with the whole Lily Labs family. Ola is the junior developer and dad. I am the senior developer and mom. And then we have Lillian, who will probably show up on stream as well, who is our intern, 5.5 unicorns, we usually call her. So, oh, I shouldn't have eaten in my outro. So if you haven't subscribed already, do that, because then I'll hit 70 subscribers. And I'll see you Flying Dev tonight and our Natter Pops drinking video chat, or whatever, chatting, I think we'll call it chatting, Natter Pops. I'll see you there, and then I'll see some of you Sunday. Looking forward to it. Bye-bye. And broadcast. Yes.